we will use geometry proximity to animate the particles, a glass shader for the object, and finally, we will give the particles an easy, random colors. As always, it will be easy and step-by-step tutorial. So, stay with me and let's get started. First, select the cube and the light, right-click, delete. We select gear. Here you see a little window, open it. You can play as you want with this and make your object as you want. So I leave it like this. Now, rotated 90, we are going to geometry nodes. Right click, join areas, and close this one. Hit new. Now we want to transform this object to volume. So I go here in add, in mesh, in operations, mesh to volume. I connect it like this. You can increase the number of density. Now we want to distribute some points in this volume. So I go here in add, in point, distribute points in volume, connected like this. And you can increase the number like this. Now I go here in add, in instance, we select instance on points. Make it like this. As you can see, we have nothing here. So we want to make any object here for the instance. You can. I have the icosphere. That's what I want. If you haven't, hit here icosphere. Don't worry if you see it like this. Just we can decrease the number like this. Okay, now the subdivision, we give it 5. Now we have our particles, but we want to affect these particles with any object. So you can select any object you want. You can select a mesh or an empty. For me, I select just a UV sphere. S to make it small like this. GX and make it here for the moment. Now go back in geometry nodes. We make some space like this. Now select the sphere and drag the sphere in the geometry nodes. Now I go here in add. I select mesh line. I go here in operation, not here, in primitives, mesh. You go here in mesh, in primitives, we select mesh line. I connect the location to start location, the count make it in 1. Now I go here in add, Go here in geometry, in simple, we select geometry proximity. I connect the mesh to the target, but here you must make it in the points, because if you make it in the edges or faces, the animation will be not working. So don't forget to make it in points. Now we want to give some scales for this. If I connect the distance here to scale, as you can see, if I move, I go here. If I select the sphere and they go here, as you can see, we have the animation, but it's not, we want to give it some minimum and maximum value. So I go back in geometry nodes, and they add in utilities, I search for a map range. I connected like this, but to make the animation, I inverse here the minimum and the maximum. Here I give it 1, and here I give it 0. I go back in geometry nodes. So first, we will give the sphere this animation. So I started here. Make sure that you are here in frame 1 in the timeline. Right click, insert a keyframe. The timeline, I give it just 120. So I go here in the end in 120, and I increase the number just when the particle is finished. Right click, insert a keyframe. Now I go back here in the gear. The sphere, we don't want to see it. Now, as you can see, you can increase the density. You can play with the number of. Now I switch here in the relative. Now we want to join the gear, the first gear, to these particles. So I go here in add, in geometry, we select join geometry. I make it here like this, and I connect the gear to this join geometry. Now we have this animation like this. Now let's give some materials for the gear and the particles. So I go here in add, I go in materials, set materials. I connect it like this. This one, it will be for the gear, and I duplicate the material. This one, it will be for the particles. So I go here in materials properties, hit new, and this one name it gear. Hit plus, hit new, and name this one particles. Okay, open this and make it gear. So this one will be the particles. Okay, now we are finished with geometry nodes. I go here in add, in mesh, I select plane. S to scale it, G, Z down, go here in object mode, in edit mode, and select edge, and select this one, A, Z up, and select this one, and go here in bevel, touch this with left click in your mouse. Here you see a little window, open it and increase the number. I give it maybe 15. Okay, now go back here in object mode, right click, shadow smooth. This object we want to give it some transformation, so I select this, I go here in modifier properties, add modifier, deform, we select simple deform. Here I give it 360, like this. I go here in add, in generate, subdivision surface, and I give it maybe just 3, like this. Now as you can see, it's smooth. Right click, shade smooth. Now we are finished with geometry nodes. Now Alt Control 0 to activate the camera, hit N, view, camera to view, and hit N to close this window. So I go here to see. Now I go here in world properties, in colors, in environment texture. Here open any folder where you have the HDRI image. I select this one. Now I go here in render properties, I switch to cycles, activate GPU if you have one, decrease this number maybe, I make it always in 32, and this one I give it 50, and active denoising here. Here the light paths, I leave it for this tutorial, I leave it in default because we were using a glass shader. Go here in color management and select very high contrast. Okay, now let's make some materials for all this object. Go here and switch to shader editor. I select the plane first. Make it metallic. and decrease the roughness like this. Now we select the gear. As you can see, when I select the gear, they tell me they have particles. If I go here, we have gear, we have particles. So I select the gear first. We want to make it in glass, so select this principal and delete. Go here and add. In shader, we select a glass shader. Connect the glass shader like this. Here I decrease the number just like this. If we go here in viewport shading, as you can see, we have this object in glass. The roughness, you can give it just a little. We can play with this glass to make it better. So I go here and add. In shader, I select transparent shader. I go here and add. In shader, I select mix shader. I connect the grass shader for the first and the transparent shader in the second. I go here and add. In input, we select this layer widget. I connect Fresnel like this. I give it just 0.1. Okay, now I go here and I select particles. We want to give some random value for these particles, so I go here and add. In input, I select object info and I go here and add. In color, we select this one, a hue saturation value. Connect the color to base color, and the random we connected here. Now if I move the cursor just like this, I go here to see. As you can see, we have a random colors here. If I make it metallic and I decrease the roughness like this, I give it just I make it just like this. As you can see, we have this random colors. As you can see, it's easy. Now if I go here in viewport shading, we have this. Now you can choose the angle. I leave it just like this for me. For you, you can play as you want. For the object too, you can go here. You can twist it in this. You can change. You can make it like this. Maybe I think it's good like this. Now if I go here in the render image, we let it to finish as always. If you want the animation, it's easy. Go here in output properties, select your resolution and select your folder where you want to be your animation. And here select FFmpeg video. In encoding, select MPEG 4. And here in output quality, select any quality you want. I select always high quality. As you can see, it's simple and easy to do. Now we will give some rotation for this object. So I go here in frame 1 and I give it 0. Now I go here in the end and I move it in z-axis. We give it 360. Right click, insert a keyframe. Now I go here to see. If I play, we have this. It's better like this. Okay, now and here maybe the plane. Okay, I make the plane like this. Now if I go here in render image, as you can see, it's better like this. So this tutorial is finished. I hope that you enjoy and to make it with me. And before to tell you goodbye, please, if you like the video, please give me a hands up and comment and subscribe to my channel. So I tell you goodbye and see you in the next one.